Today, I want to talk about something very personal and something that I've been thinking a lot about in the last few weeks. And that is the next transition of my life, which is college. So when it comes to college, you go and make a decision, and you try to find what the best path could be or what the best outcome could be. And that is fine. It's not the most optimal thing, but there's a lot of uncertainty, and when there's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of things that you don't know. When there's a lot of things you don't know, you don't always make the best decision. You're not always rational. You're often very emotional, and which are all the best scenario to make a horrible decision when it comes to choosing what you want to do with the rest of your life. So, I'm going to college. I'm going to university, and it is a hard decision to make. It was a hard decision, especially now in the time of a pandemic, in the time of a lot of uncertainty. So I made the decision to go to college, and I decided to study. In my mind, I wanted to study engineering, right? Engineering is an interesting field because of how challenging it is and how it can provide you a framework, a foundational framework that you can use to apply and start working on projects, which is what I like, and which is the thing that I have been doing for the last, more than a decade, right? Starting companies, starting businesses, always doing something challenging and interesting. That was that. So that was my thought process for the last year and a half. Then a few days ago, I had a conversation with someone who's actually an engineer at the university that I'm going to, and then I face reality. I face what the outcome could actually be in is that I come to realize, and I started to be more self-aware or who the type of person who I am, and what I'm good at, what I'm not really good at, and what the best decision could be. And remember, the best decision for me is not the outcome, but what the other positive outcome could have been. It doesn't matter if I could have won $1 million, but if I had to bet $10,000 and lose it all, then that's not a good decision. I would rather make another $10,000 and bet $10,000 and lose the total $1,000, the total $10,000. So the quality of my decision is not the outcome, but rather what the other possible outcome could have been. So that is my decision making. That is how I'm thinking about my decisions. And I know I'm not going to be the best engineer because I'm not particularly good at math. I'm not really interested in math. I'm not really interested in engineering by itself. I'm more interested in the practicality and the outcome. I'm more interested in having the engineering mind, So the outcome for me, having the engineering mind and not necessarily loving engineering by itself, which could lead to an interesting path, which might not be the best for me, because and that is what I believe the core problem is, because I'm doing something just for the outcome and not necessarily because I really want to do it. And if I want that, I'm going to have certain pressures that are not good, such as worrying too much about grades and studying super hard and not necessarily loving it and not necessarily really caring about it so much, that you like it so much, so that grades and the good outcome is a consequence, an after effect of what you actually do and not necessarily the outcome. So something that I've been thinking a lot about, something that I thought I would share, and that I think it's really important when it comes to making a career choice, and when it comes to choosing something with your life. I've been thinking a lot about it. I've been thinking a lot about what I should study. I've I've been talking to a lot of different people from like business, finance, economics, marketing, engineering, computer scientists, and it's not an easy decision to make. What am I gonna study? Not sure. As of now, as of today, I'm thinking of engineering, but who knows what I will do in the future. I don't know. I'm still thinking. So I mean, it's a hard decision because of how much uncertainty. And then if I don't succeed and become an engineer, then it would be too late to do something else. It would become a mess, right? And I want to be really thoughtful about what I'm doing. I want to be really thoughtful about the decisions that I'm making, so I don't necessarily make mistakes, but I minimize the number of mistakes I do. I'll keep you guys updated, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. But thank you.